There are very few of us who one day imagine looking into the face of our mothers and fathers to one day see them looking right through us as if we're not standing right in front of them. Alzheimer's could be the root of this empty gaze. Unfortunately, there are many families today that face this untimely disease. According to the Alzheimer's Association, 5.4 million Americans are affected by Alzheimer's, and this is the sixth leading cause of death today. Thus, leading one to the question, is longevity in life really worth the heartache and pain left behind? According to the Alzheimer's Association, the number of Americans with Alzheimer's disease will continue to increase as the proportion of people over the age of 65 increase as well. Today, I would like you all to focus on what Alzheimer's actually is, how it affects the family, and how one is to deal with it. Now, as we focus on what Alzheimer's is an irreversible, progressive brain disorder that slowly kills memory and thinking skills, eventually inhibiting one from being able to complete the simple everyday tasks like driving to the grocery store or remembering to lock their doors. Alzheimer's is broken down into three stages: early Alzheimer's, mid-Alzheimer's, and severe Alzheimer's. In this diagram, as you can see, I have a picture of three brain scans. This is what a normal brain looks like. And in the highlighted area is the brain cortex. This is a brain scan of a brain that has progressed to mid-Alzheimer's. And as you can see, the middle cortex is starting to degenerate. This is a brain that has progressed into severe Alzheimer's. And as you can see, the middle cortex is almost all the way gone. In very early Alzheimer's, the symptoms that could be displayed are minor memory loss, like forgetting where they put their glasses, or forgetting to lock the door, or forgetting where the remote control is. As it progresses into mid-Alzheimer's, those minor memory losses become more severe, and they forget everyday tasks like paying the regular daily bills, or getting lost and not being able to find their way back home. When it now progresses into severe Alzheimer's, it now begins to control the language and the sensory nerves and the processing within the brain, as was displayed within the picture. The most devastating part of this disease is there is no cure, but treatments are being discovered every day. There are medications that are being developed that are helping to improve behavior and memory, and even treatments to try and slow, delay, or even prevent the onset of Alzheimer's. Like many things in life, what affects one person affects all people, and Alzheimer's is no different. When most people talk about this disease, they often talk about the person that's affected, but nobody sees the people in the background. Alzheimer's is a disease that just because it affects one person, it affects everybody, including the family. Many patients diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease become very, very violent and angry. This causes stress on the family because it's something that's out of their control. It also can cause the family to put the patient into a facility to help care for them because they can no longer care for them themselves. This can be a financial burden because home care is very expensive. According to the AARP, the American Association for Retired Persons, caregivers of those diagnosed with this disease are also prone to unhealthy symptoms as well. They have higher increased rates for anxiety and depression, and are even at risk for developing diabetes, which is the seventh leading risk of death, and or heart disease, which is the number one leading cause of death in the United States. Now that we know what we're dealing with and what we're up against, let's focus on how we deal with Alzheimer's